In 2004, Lifewave embarked on a remarkable journey with a vision as simple and powerful as light itself. Harnessing light with patented light technology to boost the body's natural energy, they said it couldn't be done. But they didn't know this inventor, David Schmidt, founder and CEO, who made what some said was impossible, possible. David's commitment to tap into our natural human energy at the cellular level without drugs or stimulants led to Lifewave being launched in the early 2000s. His mission? To help people take control of their well-being, their livelihood, and their longevity with life technology designed to reimagine the future of human possibility. While the science of phototherapy has been around for over 100 years, Lifewave is the first to harness light with the simplicity and effectiveness of a wearable wellness patch. With Energy Enhancer, our first product, Lifewave was proven to be a safe, non-drug technology. More energy, more stamina, more enthusiasm for life. But David didn't stop there. He redefined the science, inventing new ways to improve sleep, diminish stress, and more. Then, people in other countries heard of Lifewave's unique products, and the international growth wave began. After all, when you feel great, it shows in any language. And then it happened, and it changed everything. It was the summer of 2018. Stem cells and the growing awareness of their ever-increasing value within the human body made headlines across the world. But for more than 10 years, David Schmidt had already been researching our body's aging process and how stem cells could help. And then he figured out how to use Lifewave technology to elevate a copper peptide naturally occurring in the body. A first-of-its-kind product was introduced to the world, the Lifewave X39 patch. Today, it has proven to be an invention that has taken the world of health and wellness by storm, and it is changing people's lives everywhere. Lifewave is growing fast as a result. David says X39 is his best invention to date. With more than 100 filed and issued worldwide patents held by David, including over 70 in the field of regenerative science, Lifewave has only scratched the surface of continued innovation. What's it all mean? If you are hearing about Lifewave for the very first time, you are standing at a crossroads. The opportunity for you to profit from our accelerating growth is now. Will you be among those who take advantage by helping people discover how great it feels to feel great again with Lifewave? This is the definition of opportunity. This is Lifewave.
Right, so welcome everyone. My name is Noori Siddiqui, and that is the introduction to what we're going to speak about this evening, which is to do with stem cell reactivation technology in a patch. And the patch looks something like this, and you put it onto the skin. And as you put it onto the skin, as you may have seen in the video, it causes the phototherapy light to reflect back to itself, that then elevates something called copper peptides, which enables dormant stem cells to reawaken, and for your unique coding that you were given at conception, of which there are about 1 trillion stem cells that you were conceived, that were with you at the time of conception, along with 70 trillion other cells, and all of that went on to make you into the fetus, into the baby, and into who you are today. With how you look, with how you function, with your DNA, with your genes, and with the level of which your body is able to take care of itself. So this divine intelligence that was given to us at conception is what we are talking about. And in the media today, the buzzword is stem cells. But people don't really understand what are stem cells, number one. And number two, they're confusing stem cell reactivation with stem cell therapy. So this is not therapy. It's not a treatment. It's not as a medicine. It's not a product that you take. It's simply a patch that you put onto your skin that allows your phototherapy light that would normally be dissipated and wasted. And much like phototherapy light also helps to, with sunlight, is to help to produce vitamin D in the body. So here we're able to help with the reactivation of stem cells. Now, if our stem cells are not reactivated, what happens is that we go through an aging process that as we age, it's very difficult for the body to heal. So if you're 70 years old, or you know someone who is, and they've broken a hip, there's a 70% chance that they won't survive that broken hip. And if 70% of people today are not surviving a broken hip, that is an indication of how many of them are walking around or not with dormant stem cells that cannot help to heal the body and therefore heal itself. So for those that are looking forward to growing older gracefully, this is a great opportunity for you to look forward to the years to come whilst your body is actually being activated to reverse its aging and therefore heal the diseases and the diseases that have crept up on you with age. Now, this is not just about treating diseases, by the way. This is simply about activating stem cells so that you can reverse the age in the body. So whether you want to reverse the age of your organs or your blood vessels or your wrinkles on your skin or the quality of your hair, it's all about age reversal. And the diseases are the diseases and the disharmony and the imbalance that the body is now able to work on and repair and rejuvenate and revitalize and re-energize. So let's have a look at some more. So have you been patched yet? That's a good question. If you haven't, then you need to be patched because then you could be growing old gracefully whilst your body is busy reversing its age, reversing its diseases. And what will happen is that as you activate the phototherapy light to reflect back to itself, and you are elevating copper peptides, you will be able to regenerate every single one of your 70 trillion cells to facilitate age reversal. So why Lifewave and who is Lifewave? We're going to find out a little. Yes? Yes?
You're dumb.
So who is Lifewave and why is it that it's such a revolutionary thing that we're talking about? Well, it's because we have an affordable stem cell reactivation technology in a patch, and Lifewave patches are formulated to activate your copper peptides, known as GHKCU, which reactivates your own stem cells. Now, the GHKCU is the description of the copper peptides, and the copper peptides alone have over 45 years of research done on them by Dr. Peckart, and he actually founded the name copper peptide, and as a result of which, the research that was also done on phototherapy light, of which in the last 10 years, 5,000 papers have been written on phototherapy light and its relevance to the well-being of the body and especially the brain. That was a lot of that research was also done at Harvard University, and at Harvard University, Dr. Hamlin actually wrote 400 papers just on phototherapy light. So it's very relevant that in today's time, people are talking about stem cells, they're talking about phototherapy, they're talking about copper peptides, they're talking about age reversal, but they haven't got the technology that actually puts all of that together like a jigsaw puzzle with no missing pieces, that by simply putting this patch on the skin, that you're able to start the process of everything that I've just mentioned. So why are stem cells important? Well, they're able to make more cells like themselves, and that is that they self-renew. So as your cells die, they are replaced, and as coding is required to perform certain tasks, they're able to renew themselves with the correct coding. They can also become other cells that do different things in a process known as differentiation. So if, for example, there's a wound in the body and the stem cells turn up at that wound and they start to address what's relevant to in giving emergency treatment to that wound. So the blood needs to stop bleeding, then the wound and the scars need to form, maybe protection from infection, and other aspects that need repairing and healing right in that moment that could be life-saving. So when the cells arrive at a wounded area, they can actually differentiate into having the correct coding to perform the task on hand for that immediate injury. And this is very relevant because they're needed for the maintenance of tissue as well as for repair after injury. So maintenance of tissue could be aging, it could be the advent of a disease, it could be because somebody has ulcers or they have gout or they have arthritis, or that they've got weakening of the eye tissue and the heart tissue because they're diabetic, or it's the kidneys, or it's the blood vessels, or it's the nerves in the myelin sheath. So the maintenance of tissue, as well as for repair after injury, is absolutely vital to the survival of the human body. So why X39? And what is the importance of wearing the X39 patch in order to ensure that your stem cells remain active as if you were much younger? Well, the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. So if you're feeling older than your years, or you want to grow younger while you grow older, then you would wear the X39 because you know that that's going to facilitate that. And we're all getting older. So we need to face the fact that the body is aging and the symptoms of aging are creeping up on us. But did you know that by the age of 30, half your stem cells are active? And by the age of 60, you've lost almost all your stem cell activity. So from 1 trillion, you're down to 400,000 by the age of 30. And by the age of 60, you're lucky if you've got 100,000 left. By the time you're 70, they're definitely all fast asleep. But the miracle is that they're dormant. If they had died, we'd have a problem. But because they fell asleep, we can wake them up. So there's the good news. So how X39 works? Well, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy, enabling light to reflect back to itself to cause an activation. It's a patented nanocrystal technology. So this little patch here has nanocrystals inside it, nano meaning small, and the crystals made up of amino acids and other small particles is what enables the activation to take place. And the fact that it's patented is very, very relevant because it means that nobody can copy it and that it's a unique science with unique results that has been proven and tried and tested. Nothing can be patented unless it's got the clinical trials and the evidence-based studies to go with it. I've been working with a lecturer at Wits University, and she's 25 years a lecturer there. And in the last few years, she's been working on a PhD in stem cells. So when I met her and she asked me, what do? I said, well, I work with stem cell activation. She says, well, I'm doing a PhD in stem cells from Michigan University in the United States, and I'd love to see your evidence-based studies. So I spent 2 weeks presenting evidence-based studies to her, and she said, this is interesting because my PhD has the theory, but when you put the patch on, you've actually got the solution. Whereas when we do therapy, we find that there's side effects and there's contraindications. And when we experiment on the rats, then sometimes they die. So she was most fascinated by the patches and went on to be a member of Lifewave and used them herself and introduced them to her peers. So through this reflection of light that causes the activation, We're able to do this with the patch, with it being non-transdermal, no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants, no side effects, no contraindications. Yes, I did just say all of that. Isn't that incredible? So Lifewave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. So when you wear the X39, the good news is you have increased strength. Some of you might notice walking up and down the stairs that your knees are a bit wobbly or your thighs are a bit weak, or you lose your balance now and then. So we need to keep our strength as we get older. Mobility is a very big thing. Reduced inflammation. How many of you have sore knees, aching joints, fibromyalgia, and so many other complications today, lupus, and so on, all deriving from inflammation? Most of our diseases in the body actually come from stress, which is oxidation, and inflammation. So what we want to be looking at is reducing that inflammation and also increasing stamina, energy, and vitality. So the energy being released from the mitochondria is increased and the body generally feels more energetic and more revitalized. Mental clarity, you'll notice that brain fog disappears. If you're waking up tired, going to bed tired, not sleeping properly at night, all sorts of things start to come right. Maybe there's conditions like bipolar or autism or ADHD or dementia or Alzheimer's. So many conditions regarding the brain today, as well as recovery after injury. If somebody's been in an accident or they've had to have a brain operation. So there's so many ways in which we can help the brain to improve its function with the use of X39. And I'm going to show you some examples of that. Restored muscle and skeletal condition. If your bones and joints are getting weak and your cartilage is disappearing, well, then you're going to have some serious problems. And when I get on aeroplanes today and I see how many wheelchairs there are, I'm never cease to be amazed. So you want to restore your muscle and skeletal condition. So with the use of the stem cell activation patches, it's been proven that even osteoporosis can be reversed, that cartilage can be regrown, that muscle can strengthen, that bone can strengthen. So those are very, very vital to us growing old with strength and vitality. Deeper sleep. If you don't sleep well, you don't heal well. Do you wake up tired in the morning? Does it take you an hour to be able to be polite to anybody? Do you find that you're just never really feeling awake, or when you go to bed at night, you can't sleep and you've got insomnia? Maybe some of you have got apnea where you have to sleep with an oxygen mask on. So sleep has become a very, very complicated human habit, and it's supposed to be something that's natural to us. So we want to return to our natural sleeping state. Improve skin appearance. How many people today actually have good skin? Or do they have acne or pimples or psoriasis or eczema or some other complication? So you will notice with the activation of the stem cells and the initiation of the age reversal, one of the first things you will notice is that your skin starts improving. So this is a remarkable feat. And so from the outside to the inside, where even your organs start to get younger, you're going to have a younger version of you. Don't you like the sound of that? Because I certainly did. I'm going to be 66 in October, and I'm not scared of getting old anymore. And I'm looking forward to getting old, and I'm looking forward to contributing. But before the patches, I had chronic psoriasis on the back of my neck. I had frozen shoulder. I had chronic neck pain. I used to wake up tired, go to bed tired. I had brain fog. My hair was very weak and very wiry. Now it's gone soft, and you can see I've got a grey head of hair. But if I show you my hair, you'll see that it's actually going back to its natural color. Can you see? It's dark underneath and it's grey on the top at the moment, but it seems to be going back to its natural color. I don't know which nearly 66-year-old says that their hair is returning to its natural color. And then about 6 months ago, I've been for 1 year on the patches now. I noticed that my teeth stopped hurting in the back part of my jaw where I'd had implants. And I thought I was actually going to have to take the implants out because it was so painful. And then I couldn't bite on my front teeth. So even an apple or a carrot was a problem for me. And within 6 months of using the patches, no problem with my implants, no problem with my front teeth. Now I can bite on a raw carrot and it's of no consequence, and I can have a good old chew at a piece of steak if I want one. So when I went back to see my dentist, he says, "But your mouth is in a better condition than the last time I saw you." How many of you ever heard that from your dentist? Because if you're patched, it's very likely that you will. Even receding gums have been known to grow back. So if you want to achieve optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and emotional well-being, get patched. The X39 is there, it's just waiting for you. So remember that it's not diagnosing or treating or curing or preventing any disease or medical condition. It's just that you are facilitating the body's own healing mechanism. Now, I promised you more about the brain. And this lady was a 77-year-old yoga teacher who, when they did a topography map on her brain, was found to have inflammation. She was wondering why she's so hyper and, that her brain is not calm and she's agitated. So they put her on the X39. 3 weeks later, virtually no inflammation. 6 weeks later, completely gone, and better brain coherence. And there's a Dr. Newman who started using the patches as a neuropsychologist in his practice in the States, because in America, the FDA classified the patches as a medical device, so doctors are able to recommend the patches to their patients. And as a result of which, after running a practice for 40 years, when he started putting the patches on his patients as a neuropsychologist and getting results like this, he was blown away, because in 40 years of treating his patients using phototherapy-like machinery, he never got results like this from sticking a patch on. Now, what happens when you start using the X39 on more long-term results? Well, if you like science and you like case studies, or maybe you're a doctor or you know a doctor and you want to see more information that's relevant to the medical fraternity, then you can go to thisisit.info.com, have a look at the case studies, have a look at the clinical trials and the publications, and down at the bottom of that webpage, you'll see specific information which is more relevant to doctors, and you'll hear doctors talking about the X39 and the results they've got with themselves, with their wives and their family, and with their own patients. I was in Dallas, Texas last year and attended a Lifewave conference with 5,000 people from 85 countries, because Lifewave is available in 85 countries today. And it was a conference of doctors and scientists talking for 3 days on the science behind X39 and stem cell activation. And in that, we came to learn that there are actually 4,192 genes that begin to reset in the first few days that you put the patch on. And this is a remarkable thing, because so far in scientific history, nobody's been able to activate more than 2 genes. Even one company spent $1.6 billion trying to get the genes to reset, and they only managed to complete 2. This is 4,192 in the first few days. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced, so we saw some evidence of that. And within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Now that means your bone strength, your heart health, your lungs, your eyes, your retina, your cornea, your blood vessels, your myelin sheath on the nerve. How many people suffer from neuropathy? If you're diabetic, the problems with the eyes. I've got two people that I've shared the patches with that had glaucoma. If you know about glaucoma, which I didn't know much before, it's a build-up of pressure in the eyes. And both of them have had remarkable readings, like going from 18 in the pressure reading down to 8. So these are remarkable things, and there are actually clinical trials that have shown similar statistics. So when you increase your collagen, you increase the strength of the retina, the cornea, your hair, your skin. Collagen is very, very prevalent in the body because you are 30% protein, and 90% of that protein that makes up your structure is actually collagen. But if you use collagen powder, they usually have about 2 types of collagen in. But did you know that the body actually has 28 types of collagen? So when you are able to help the body make its own collagen, every type of collagen is going to be made according to the stem cell's ability to pick up what is required. Within 6 months, your heart has reversed in age. So there's a clinical trial with 15 heart patients. 14 of them over a period of 6 months were found to have hearts that were 8 years younger within 6 months of wearing the X39. And this is a documented clinical trial. Mind-boggling. So this is not anti-aging, it's age reversing. So Dr. David Smith, the scientist, CEO, and inventor of X39, is a man of many accolades. One of them is that he now has over 200 patents. I believe soon it's going to reach the mark of 250. He's one of 2 men on the planet that have more than 200 patents. And not only that, but he also has a PhD in science and technology. So we're going to learn more about that. So when we look at the heart health, this is very important. You can see there's inflammation on day 1. And then by the time you get to 5 months, there's a remarkable improvement in the condition of that heart. And the readings can also be seen at the top left of the screen. Then we're looking at pain. This is within 30 minutes, a reduction of pain in the shoulders and the spine. And in the line of work that I'm involved with, because I work with Lifewave and sharing this full time now, I'm a director of a successful health company, but my husband's kindly taken that over so I can devote my time and energy to this, because this is really too amazing, too mind-blowing, and it's incumbent upon me to share it with as many people as possible, because I hear and see miracles happen with these patches every day. Now, just to be able to alleviate somebody's pain is really a very special and humbling privilege. And this is something that I get to do or hear about just about every day of my life now. And look at these images here within 30 minutes. The reduction in inflammation and pain in the shoulders, in the spine, and in the hands. How many people, don't you know, pick up a mug and drop it because of the pain in their hands, or can't work in the kitchen and do their baking and other things because now their hands are debilitating them? How many people live with backache permanently, 7/24? I deal with people that had 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 back operations. Then they're suffering from the pain that's being caused by the scars of the wounds of the operations. And one thing that the stem cells are really good at is actually repairing scars and wounds, even burns. So whether it's under the skin, as in it's due to an operation, or on the skin due to an accident, then the wound healing is absolutely remarkable. How do you wear the patch? Well, the X39 you wear on the back of your neck on your C7, and you wear them for 12 hours a day because you're activating phototherapy light. And what this means is that you're wearing it for 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and you take it off for 12 hours to give the body a chance to repair and rejuvenate, because the 12 hours that you do wear it is in daylight when the phototherapy light is being activated. Then you can throw the patch away or put it on another person in the house or a pet. The patches do have a lifespan of about 16 hours, So when you take yours off after 12, you can even put them on your plants. You'll be amazed. I've watched plants absolutely flourish as a result of being patched. Then you put on a new patch every day, and you can wear more than one at a time because there's a variety of other patches that complement the X39, but X39 is your primary patch because it's your stem cell activator. And make sure that you drink plenty of water, that you have electrolytes in the water, either from Himalaya salt, coconut water, or you can get electrolyte powder in the health shop. Who is Dr. David Smith? Well, he's our founder, he's our CEO. He says you have an incredible opportunity before you today, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. So when you put a patch on somebody, you switch their light on. The healing power of light. Let there be light. So Dr. David Smith is the CEO, scientist, inventor of Lifewave since 2004, celebrating over 200 patents since March 2025, and specializing in age reversing. He's also, in 2008, focused his attention on stem cell research and launched to market in 2020 the X39, which took him 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market. Prior to that, there were other patches, including the energy enhancer that we're going to speak about in a moment. But X39 is the primary patch, and it's the one that Dr. David would not launch until it was patented, because every other person would jump on the bandwagon and try to copy it. So he needed to protect that technology and make sure that when you wear the patch, it does what it says it does. So what does a patent involve? Well, if you want to know more, go to thisisinfo.com. But besides that, for the X39, it had to prove through the trials and evidence-based studies that it could elevate copper peptides, including activation of stem cells, improvement in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing, besides much more. So patencies aren't just something that you pay money for and you get a stamp on. They've got to be properly proven, and in this case took 10 years and $4.5 million for only for the patent on X39. So there's a small library of some of the patents. Now, Dr. David Smith has recommended that you don't wear the patch for less than 90 days, and that it's ideal that you wear it for 1 month of every decade of your life. If you're like me and you're 66 soon, then you would wear them for 7 months. And if you want to continue wearing them after that, you can, but the recommendation is 1 month for every 1 month per decade of your life for optimum results. What does that mean is that your genes and your DNA are going to be reset. So even if you've had a vaccine or there's some damage in your body to do with your DNA, it's as if you're going to have a software upgrade to reset your DNA, to reset your genes. This is mind-boggling what I'm telling you, and it's even hard for me to believe it when I say it, because it is the most incredible science that is now available and proven to us, not only that it works, but it's got evidence-based studies behind it. Remember, everybody is unique and different, and you will see that every individual, if you share this with 10 people, each one of them will get different results with different timing. There's no one patch fits all. It's about one patch works differently with all. If you want to see how X39 works on the outside, well, here's some examples. The lady on the left has a double PhD in functional integrative medicine, and you'll find her on YouTube, Dr. Stacy, S-T-A-C-I. She spends her time interviewing other doctors that are also recommending the patches in America, and she's a great educator on the subject, of which there is much information to be learned, but not necessarily to be able to recommend this, but just for you to absorb the profoundness of this knowledge and the capacity of what it can do in the body. So looking at the other two pictures, they're speaking for themselves. And this is over a year period, giving them a natural look or younger version of themselves, not plastic, not Botox. So I told you before in the last few slides that X39 is one of the patches, but it's the main one. Now, we do have other supportive patches that exist in the range, which vary from increasing bone density to managing pain to sleeplessness, stress and anxiety and inflammation, the strengthening of the heart and muscles and nerves, the immune system enhancer, weight loss, energy, mood, animals, and also skin. So once you get used to the X39, which we recommend you start with, you can venture into the others that are available. Now, in 2004, a groundbreaking result happened within Lifewave because the Olympic coach of the USA Olympic team in 2004, through a connection at Harvard University that Dr. David Smith had, came to see Dr. David Smith and said, "I'd like to try your patches on my Olympic gold athletes." And within the first week, they were breaking their own trials they were breaking their own records in their trials. And they went on to win the Olympic gold. And then the Olympic board thought they must be on drugs. So they had them tested. And then it was proven that they were actually performing better because of the patches. So Lifewave really hit the headlines then and almost became an overnight success. David Beckham is one of the many athletes that wears the patches, and the Energy Enhancer is the one the athletes wore before X39 was launched in 2020. So this is going back to as far as 2004. So Lifewave is already 21 years old. So what's really interesting to share here is how many people's lives have actually been changed. And for you to learn more about the testimonies and the differences making people's lives, you can be invited to join the Stem Cell Activation group. And if you haven't been already, then please ask the person who invited you so that link can be sent to you to acknowledge that you would like to join the group. And you will see on a daily basis that fascinating information will appear in from the group that you will be able to share with others and increase your knowledge and your interest about the capacity and the profoundness of this new age frequency healing available through stem cell activation from the X39 and the other patches. So let's learn a little bit more about Lifewave because it really is a phenomenal company. It's 21 years old. It didn't happen yesterday. Today, it's available in over 85 countries. That means, for example, if you know somebody who's living in the UK or America and you want to tell them about the patches, they can be given a link. And I'm going to tell you about that link in a moment, known as an affiliate link. And when they use that affiliate link, it means that the patches will be delivered from the country that they reside in. So if when we order in South Africa, we receive our patches from Kempton Park in Johannesburg. We don't have to wait for it to come 1 week by DHL from another country. And this is a very, very big feature because it means that you're able to place your order online, that the order will be delivered to you in 2 days by courier guy. And there's no mess, there's no fuss. You swipe your own card when you buy the patches. You don't have to pay anybody that you're now going to collect stock from. It's all very neat and tidy. And on top of which, these patches are not another NutriShake or another supplement. They are a unique technology which nobody else can copy in the world because of the over 200 patents. So from a business point of view, you've got a 21-year-old company in 85 countries that has a patch and a technology that cannot be copied by anyone. So it's a unique product. that the company's gone from $20 million to $600 million over the last number of years, from 2021 to 2024. And in 2025, we're already on target to turn over 1 billion. And for 2026, we're on target for 2 billion. And I'm told that we're also on target for 4 billion for the following year. Now, that makes us voted the #1 growth company in the world at the moment at 300% growth. So we are #1 for growth. We're #1 in momentum out of over 500 companies in direct selling. And as a result, we've also won from the direct selling news, we've won the Bravo Award twice, last year and this year. So those are very, very big accolades that it's hard to match any other company on the planet at the moment. And this company is not classified as a health company, it's classified as a technology company. That makes it stand out even more because you are working with a technology. This is not a product. That's why the FDA classified it as a medical device, because it's a patch that goes on the skin like this, not something that you swallow or you inject or you have a transplant for. There's no therapy, no treatment. You just stick the patch on. So there's some of the information I mentioned about the growth, the Bravo Award, the Momentum Award #1, and 3,000% growth. So how much are these patches? And is there an opportunity for you to earn with the patches? And is there an opportunity for you to even get these patches for free? The patches actually come in a sleeve. They look like this. Right, that's what the patches look like. And they come in a sleeve of 30 patches in one sleeve. And those 30 patches is 1 month's supply. So when you join, you have the opportunity of buying 1 sleeve or 3 sleeves or more sleeves. And depending on how you join, you can join for free, you can get them at wholesale, and you can earn dollars back. And those dollars that you earn back can help you to get the patches for free. So if you want to know more, stay tuned because I'm going to tell you how. So first of all, you could sign up as a customer. We call them preferred customers. Why? Because if you order for a minimum of 3 months, you get the patches at a discounted wholesale price. They're normally priced at $150 a day plus VAT and delivery. That works out at about 100 Rand a day. But if you put in a preferred customer order for a minimum of 3 months, you'll get them at $100, 30% less. And as a result, you'll be paying 66 Rand a day rather than 100 Rand a day to use the patch. So they're affordable, but there's more. So you could also choose to become a brand partner. So let's have a quick look at what I just said. So there's 3 types of customer accounts with loyalty benefits and credits for having a few customers that pay for your patches. So you can have a retail customer that just wants to buy a sleeve and says, I'm just going to the shop and buying it for $150. And if you're already a member of Lifewave and somebody uses the affiliate link that you get given when you become a member, like my link is lifewave.com/optimum wellness. And so if somebody uses that link, that means that anything that they buy, I start to earn commission into an e-wallet. So the beauty here is that when somebody goes on to buy retail, you haven't sold them that sleeve. You're not selling. You've recommended them to use the patch. They've gone online and bought it, and you have given them your affiliate link, which in the new age digital marketing way of earning money online, everybody wants to be an affiliate marketer so that they can be associated with a company that pays them commission for any activity that happens through their link that turns into money. So when you have somebody that goes online to buy an X39 using your link, guess what? You earn $50. Yes, I did just say $50. Isn't that incredible? And that goes into an e-wallet, and that e-wallet can either But once it's set up, which is a very simple process, and we show you how, whoever introduces you shows you how to do all of that, those dollars can either be used to buy your patches the next time, or they can be transferred to your bank account, or you can get a debit card from Lifewave, which is a MasterCard, and you can tap that card anywhere in the world, even Pick and Pay Woolworths, or buy online tickets to travel overseas or go for Umrah, and your dollars will be used for you to spend any way you want to without you converting it from dollars into a South African bank account. Then you have the preferred customer where you order for a minimum of 3 months. You get it them for $100 a sleeve, 30% discount. And some people just like to continue like that. The preferred customer plus is another way of being an honorable customer. And again, you order for a minimum of 3 months, but this time you get 10 free patches with every order. You also get a referral link. If you refer 3 people that want to order the patches, you get $95 commission for that. And with everything, all these options that you see here, you get a 90-day money-back guarantee. It's a no-brainer. I tell people, you can fail to try. Sorry, it's the other way around. You can try and fail with the patches, which is very unlikely, but don't fail to try because you can get your money back. What are you worried about? 90-day money back guarantee for being a preferred customer. Mind-boggling. I don't know another company like it. I know if you go to a doctor or the pharmacy and the medicine doesn't work or you don't even open it, and you want your money back, nobody's going to even listen to you. So what if you want to become a member so that you can actually start either to continue to buy the patches at wholesale, or that you want to earn a bit of commission every time you recommend the patches to someone, or you want to actually build a fully fledged business and perhaps even create a business where you've got time freedom, where you can travel and work, where you've got a retirement plan. There are so many different ways in which this becoming a primary source of income or a complementary or secondary source of income can make a difference to everybody's lives, whilst you're making a difference to somebody else's lives because the patches actually work. And when the results of the patches come in and you start hearing people's stories, then you'll know why this business is so successful. You'll know why we went from $20 million in 2021 to $600 million in 2024, because the only way we did that is because somebody recommended to somebody that they should get patched, because that somebody got a result with the patch or with somebody that they know that they dearly love, and they couldn't get over the results and they had to go and tell other people, you need to be patched. And this is how the business grows. Lifewave does not have a marketing budget. It pays the people that do the advertising by giving the power of recommendation. So this is something that really excited me, because as a health professional and even doctors and pharmacists, chiropractors, physios, all sorts of different health professionals I'm working with are so comfortable with this, because all they're doing is giving a recommendation. What does a doctor do when they write a prescription? They give a recommendation. So all you are doing is giving a recommendation. In fact, you're getting paid for talking. Who doesn't want to get paid for talking? We do enough of it, don't we? So how do you get started? Well, you can buy it at $295 and have 3 sleeves for $300. So you've paid $100 each. That'll cost you 2,000 Rand a month, 66 Rand a day, and you've got patches for 3 months. And from there, you've got your free business membership with all the training, material, mentoring, anything that you want to go with that. Everything else is free. If you want to go advanced, you'll get 6 sleeves, but they'll be cheaper, because instead of paying $100 a sleeve, you'll pay $89. That's why it says $535 instead of $600. So you're getting $65 discount for buying 6 sleeves, giving you 6 months supply, or maybe your hubby and wife, and you can have 3 months each. Then you've got the premium. If you're a health professional, you want to have the patches to sell on your premises, either to a hairdresser, a beautician, a massage parlor, or any kind of medical or other kind of practice, then you might want to keep 20 sleeves of X39, and you'll buy them at $87.50, but you can sell them at $150. So you've got good profit margins there. I often sign up premiums because I'm sitting with a family of 4 or 5 people and they each want 3 or 4 months supply. So they order 20 sleeves and then they share it between them. So lots of opportunities there. So you'll be, now this is it team, I'm a part of this is it team. And that the people that are at the head of that team are in the States, but the number one most successful person in Lifewave is Merle Westcott. And she's the lady that introduced me and is training me. And she's currently what we call a senior presidential director, probably earning about $1,000 a day. So if you're interested in earning $100 a week, $500 a week, $1,000 a week, or $1,000 a day, then you need to talk to the person that invited you or come and talk to me, because we can show you how. But first you need to get patched, because nobody's asking you to get involved with the business, just giving you the opportunity to get them at wholesale, and after that you can decide what you want to do. So you've got a winning formula, supportive team, weekly training, coaching and mentoring, and the best compensation plan in the world, with up to 9 ways to earn in this business. And it really is remarkable. This company can't wait to pay you. They actually pay out 60 cents in the dollar of every dollar profit that they make. That makes them number one of any compensation plan in the world. So thank you for joining me this evening. And please go back to the person that invited you. I'd love to hear from you. And let's keep in touch. And please join me. You can invite other people to join us on Monday evening or Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. And then we can look at how we can move forward and how we can support you. So until next time, thank you very much for being here. And I look forward to supporting you in any way I can. So good night to everybody. And unless anybody would like to put a message in the chat or come on to actually ask a question or to share a testimonial, I'm going to bring the meeting to a close and also to stop the recording.